Now working on improving clarity. The clarity category in the Essential Sound Panel gives you 3 quick and easy ways to improve the quality of spoken audio. Dynamics, so let's look right here. That increases or decreases the dynamic range of the audio, that is, the range of volume between the quietest and loudest parts of the recording. EQ applies amplitude, which is volume adjustments at, I'm having a hard time speaking today, it's Monday morning early, at specific frequencies. A list of presets makes selecting useful settings easy. And enhance speech, I need that. Improves clarity at specific frequencies depending on your selection at a high tone or low voice tone. Experiment with all 3 controls, as you'll find different dialogue recordings will benefit from different combinations of settings. So let's try this. Open the sequence 05 clarity. The sequence has the same content as the 03 noise reduction sequence, but there are 2 versions of the voiceover. The first version is clearer than the second. Listen to the first voiceover clip. So let's go to this first voiceover clip. Select the first voiceover clip. And in the Essential Sound panel, scroll down to the clarity options. You may need to click clarity heading to expand the options. Select dynamics. And experiment with different levels of adjustment. You can play the sequence while making adjustments. In the Essential Sound panel, and the effect will be applied live. So let's play this.
I couldn't say what it was, but suffice to say, I would know when I saw it.
So you can see that it made adjustments as we were playing it. Select EQ and experiment with the preset options. Some presets like old radio produce dynamic results. So let's select EQ and you see that you've got, let's do the old radio. See what it does. Ooh. On the telephone. So play around with some of those. When you apply the When you apply an EQ preset, a diagram illustrating the adjustment appears. This diagram is based on a parametric equalizer effect. Later in this lesson, we'll look at that. You can adjust the amount slider to add more or less to the effect. So play the second voiceover clip. Then we're going to select the second voiceover clip. And in the clarity section, select Enhance Speech. Make sure this high tone is the one that's selected. Play the second voiceover clip.
I couldn't say what it was, but suffice to say, I would know when I saw it.
Try selecting and deselecting as you play it. The difference is subtle. In fact, you may need headphones or good quality studio monitors to clearly detect the improvement. This option clarifies speech to make it more apprehensible, and in some cases this means reducing the power in the lower frequencies. So that is clarity. So now let's work on making some creative adjustments. Below the clarity section of the Essential Sound panel is the creative section. Right here. This has just one adjustment, reverb. The effect can be similar to recording in a large room with lots of reflective surfaces, or it can be subtle. We're going to experiment with this effect on the first voiceover in the clip 05 clarity sequence. Just a small amount of reverb can thicken a voice to give it more presence. So do that, play around with that. Click reverb, change some things. play them, listen to them.
I couldn't say what it was, but suffice.
Okay. I trust that you've done that. Let's now open 06 level. This sequence contains just one clip, a reasonably loud version of the voiceover clip you've already heard. Select the clip and play the sequence.
I was searching for something. I couldn't say what it was, but suffice to say.
While the sequence plays, use the clip volume level adjustment to increase and increase the playback level. Try increasing the level to the maximum of 15 dB.
I wanted to go to New York, but all that construction. And then, all of a sudden, it found me.
I trust that you did that. No matter how much you adjust the audio level, it won't override. Even if you combine a clip gain increase with a clip volume increase using the rubber band, then apply this adjustment, the clip's not going to override. Reset the clip volume level adjustment by double-clicking the slider or deselect level to remove the adjustment. As mentioned in the beginning of this lesson, there are many audio effects available in the effects panel. The adjustments you have made with the Essential Sound panel have resulted in regular audio effects being added to clips automatically as you worked. Setting up effects in this way is quicker because all of the Essential Sound panel adjustments work like presets. As soon as you have things set the way you want them in the Essential Sounds panel, the effects are set up appropriately in the Effects Control panel. So you set things up right here and it works over here. Take a look now at the Effect Controls panel with the clip you worked on the level sequence selected. When you make a clip volume level adjustment in the Essential Sound panel, Premiere Pro applied a hard limiter effect to the clip with settings to match the adjustment you applied. So let's play this again.
I was searching for something.
Here's the clip volume that it's wanting you to.
Suffice to say, I would know when I saw it. But all that construction.
Couldn't find that before, but I finally found it. So, reset the clip volume by double-clicking the slider. Or you can deselect the level down here. So now let's click the edit button for the hard limiter effect. Hard limiter, let's click that edit button. You'll discover all the settings for this advanced effect are available in case you'd like to change them. If you make changes in the Essential Sound panel, you can even watch the controls update dynamically in the Effect Controls panel. In most cases, the settings applied by the Essential Sound panel will be suitable, but the option to make further subtle changes will always be available. So you can, as you're doing things over here, you can have this open and you can see that it's making changes as it's doing things. So let's close the settings for now. And let's use the parametric equalizer effect. This offers a nuanced and intuitive interface for precise audio level adjustments at specific frequencies. It includes a graphic interface you can use to drag level adjustment controls that are linked together to achieve nuanced, natural sounding audio. Let's try this effect. So we're going to open 07. This sequence has one musical clip and one voiceover clip. Locate the parametric equalizer effect in the effects panel. Try using the search box at the top of the window and drag the effect onto the first clip. effects panel is over here. And let's search parametric. We're going to take this parametric equalizer and drag it down onto the first clip. Make sure the first clip is selected. In the effects control panel, click the edit button to access the custom setup. The horizontal axis of the graphic control area indicates frequency, while the vertical shows amplitude. The blue line across the middle of the graph represents any adjustments you have made. Wherever the blue line is higher or lower in the display, adjustments are made to the audio levels at those frequencies. You can reshape the line by dragging any of the 5 main control points directly, as well as the low pass labeled L, see this L, or the high pass labeled H controls at the end. So you can click any of these and drag them. So let's do that. On the left is the overall gain adjustment, which offers a quick fix if the changes you made result in an audio that's too loud or quiet overall. Play the clip to get familiar with the sound. The graph controls area displays the level throughout the frequency range, just as in the dehum and reverbs did. So let's move this up here and then let's just play this. Beautiful. At the bottom of the dialog box, there's a range option. By default, the parametric equalizer effect graph allows adjustments up to plus or minus 15 dB. Excuse me. Change range to 96, and you can make adjustments up to 48. So it's showing you all that down here is where it's talking about. Drag the control point 1 on the blue line quite a long way down to the graph to reduce the audio level at low frequencies. So it's talking about this one. So let's drag that down. Changes you make to specific frequency reshapes the blue line, impacting surrounding frequencies and resulting in a more natural sound. The control points you drag have a range of influence that's defined by their Q setting. Adjustments made to the blue line update the detailed controls below. These two areas of the dialog box are connected. Adjust one and the other updates automatically. In the previous example, control point 1 was set to 50 Hz, which is very low, with a gain adjustment of minus 29 dB. I know y'all are following along to all this, and you have every reason to know what I'm talking about. Change the Q factor for control point 1 from 2 to 7. Control point 1 is selected. You can click the 2 and type to a new setting directly. So we'll click this 2 and we'll type 7. The line has a much sharper curve, so the adjustment you're making now applies to fewer frequencies. Play the sequence to hear the changes. Now let's refine the vocals. Drag control point 3 down to about 20. Okay, I've been interrupted 17 times today, so I know this is not a high quality video, I guess. Drag point 3 down to minus 20. Minus 20 is minus 20. Somewhere around in there. Set the Q factor to 1. You can also click the blue numbers to add these settings. Play the sequence to hear these changes. The vocals should be much quieter. So drag control 4.4 to 1500 Hz. 4. I don't know what I'm doing. Gain of 6 dB. 6 dB. 6 dB. That said 1500. Oh, there you go. 6 dB. I'm just typing it in. Q factor of 3. So you saw what I did. I just typed the numbers in. Play the sequence to hear the changes. Drag the high pass control H control down, setting its gain to around -8 dB. So you can drag it, and I'm going to just type -8. That makes the highest frequencies quieter. Use the gain control to adjust the overall level. You may need to see your audio meters to find out whether your mix is right. Close the parametric equalizer settings. Before you do, bring me over to your desk and let me see what yours looks like. I want to see what yours looks like. And then play the sequence to hear the changes. These are dramatic changes intending to illustrate a technique. Of course, you'll usually make subtler adjustments. Okay. We have, let's see. I know this is a long video. I'll just have one more thing. So it's going to be a longer video. Sorry, you can fuss at me. Using the notch effect. The notch effect removes frequencies near a specific value. The effect targets a frequency range and eliminates those sounds. The effect works well for removing radio interference, hum, and other electrical interface. Open the sequence 08 notch filter. Play the sequence and listen for the electrical hum. You can hear fluorescent light bulbs buzzing.
That was 13%.
I hear them. In the effects panel, locate the notch filter effect. So I simply clicked up here and typed notch, and we want the notch filter, not the simple notch filter, and drag that one down to the clip. When you do, the clip is automatically selected, so the effect controls will appear in the effect controls panel. Click the edit button for the notch filter effect. It looks a lot like the parametric equalizer effect and functions in a similar way. However, you'll notice there's no Q control, which sets the sharpness of the curves. By default, each adjustment is extremely acute, and a notch width menu allows you to adjust the curves. While playing the sequence, experiment with presets and listen to the results.
I couldn't say what it was, but suffice to say, I would know when I saw it. I wanted to go to
So just play around with some of these things as you do it. Choose 60 Hz and octaves from the presets menu. Let's see, here's our presets. What did I say? 60 Hz and octaves. That one. Then listen to the sequence again, so we'll listen to it. Often when working with the notch filter effect, you'll listen, adjust, and listen again until you get the settings you need. This audio has hum at 60 Hz, 120, and 240. These and more have been targeted by the preset you chose. Click the enable buttons for control points 4, 5, and 6 to turn them off. So 4, 5, and 6. To do that, we're just going to click on the buttons. 4, 5, and 6. We've turned those off. You see those are now grayed out. Those are off. Now play the sequence again to review the effect. Even though the interference was at precise frequencies, it made hearing the vocals difficult. Now it's removed and everything sounds clear. Close the effects settings. When you use the Essential Sound panel to apply dehum, a similar effect was applied to the clip, the dehummer. The notch filter effect has slightly more advanced control, so if you don't get the result you need by using the Essential Sound panel, try this next. Close this project by choosing File Close Project. If you're asked to do so, save so, but don't close it yet. Bring me over to your desk. I want to see that you've done all of these. There may have been times where I told you to bring me over to your desk and show me. Once you've showed me all that, then you can save it, export it, and save it and submit it. Sorry for the length of this video.